Norts and
Oh
Wiz
my gosh, legendary FPL games. Things can't get better. See, I mean, look, Zywoo is not ready for Danwoo. I'm telling you that. So
You know, I've got to say, whenever the Australians were over for, I think it was one of the RMRs. It was a long time ago. You might be hopping in the game though. Oh yeah, there we are. I'll finish it quickly. Well, they were 5-second plugs, the Australians, in NA matchmaking. So it's a bit bizarre. It was really
oh
difficult
yeah, I
to get some
remember
wins.
that.
Yeah,
Didn't you
that
end
was a
up
rough
playing
period.
against one of them? Cole had to play against the Renegades. I think they were back then.
100 Thieves, yeah.
Oh, they were 100 Thieves back then.
And
oh, man.
it did not go well. Paynex did not carry me through that, but Snakes is going to carry them through this round here. He finds 2 with the dualies, drops the bomb as well, and this lobby crunch is working out wonders.
Somehow, Snakes came away with 2. But Pesadilla has dualies of his own. They go back and forth, but Pesa can't convert the shot. It's gonna be IEK. 1v4, tapped with the Glock, but getting wrapped up by Joel's. That's the pistol.
Nicely done right there. Able to do so much work there early on, just chewing through the 2 players towards ramp. I mean, immediately dropping the bomb right there as well is such an asset. And the follow-up found out as well. Quick and easy for Strife. They get the job done without too much damage taken in return. Of course, with no bomb plant here, you're not going to see a force spike come out from TeamOne. They're going, only Glock's going to prioritize that third round buy, but over on the other side, a couple FAMASas purchased, but there's those MP9s, so you need to see Stamina and Calyx get the job done with those MP9s.
Glocks. And Pesadilla with the deagle. Oh, and he dangerous. And does he get a chance? But no shot connected just yet. But this man is such a threat. Pesadillo is a very hot and cold player here for TeamOne, but he's so responsible for their success. So it'll say a lot to see what kind of form Pesadillo's on today.
Ooh, given a couple of chances. You do like to see that. Taking a couple shots there with the deagle, and then Malb's right behind him, picks it up. And even more threatening, but same result there. Joel's just swinging for the fences, asserting dominance. There's Calyx over there. And I'll be able to deal with one more. Luke and TRK shouldn't be too long for this world. Try their luck here, but they don't want to feed themselves to the MP9s for sure.
Yeah, but now Maluk has been spotted. Respect the effort. You got a dink, but the Glock dink does a whopping 43 damage. So, yeah, I mean, unfortunately, it's the Glock. I'll repeat the statement again. It's Strife 2-0 though.
Glocks. Always get you right there, for sure. But Strife 2-0, again, here's where those MP9s come into question, right? You have the 2 FAMASas prioritized, but now you're kind of going with a bit of a bonus here, which could lie in a bit of problems if TeamOne are able to utilize that better firepower against you here. A lot of smokes invested, but maybe not so much utility around that. Pace at no utility left as he's already tossed in his smoke, so they've got to make do with what little they have. This is so common here in these 3rd round buys. It could be an or a risk in their own right.
At the same time, it's pretty low utility for TeamOne, while Strife actually have the util belt. So weaponry not great, but if one are a bit too haphazard, that could be where these MP9s and the FAMI. Haha. Is that how it, I mean, FAMASas sounds a little sus, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You do? Okay, interesting.
I like FAMI. It's a bit of a mix, but they've just used all of their smokes. They still have 1 left, actually. That's not a lot of utility left, and they're really hoping that they can find just that there. A quick kill there towards the outer yard, but it's only 1 then done. IK shuts down that lobby aggression that comes on through there from Calyx. So now it puts Infinite in a really awkward position.
All right, but he's going to open up with the first spray. Tucks away and has Crossfire with the player inside the vents. But the cover's all there. And then TeamOne just open up. They were looking dead to rights with all of Strife collapsing on them. But they'll pick up the round.
Quick and easy right there. very, very close to threading that needle Strife. Going up the vents, I think Jules was popping some shots off inside the vents, but only landed a single kill there. Punish that lobby aggression. I will say, though, I'm excited to see that out of Calix. I don't want to see him be too timid, right? That could be a problem. And so the fact that he's willing to take those risks, I wonder if that was, queued up by the calling there of Stamina, but either way, gets punished in this occasion. But it is a bit of promise, a bit of freedom maybe given to the stand-in as... Oh, he got caught by a nade stack right there on top of Silo.
That's been something that's really started getting to the meta, is to deny that player from even jumping onto hut. I think it's always a pretty cool, if I don't want to molly top hut because they're always just going to, play around that, then why not just stop them from getting on hut in the first place?
The ever adapting game. That is Nuke here. A little adaptation on the smokes from last round here. A little closer variation on those L smokes. They will take it with relative ease. This time, there's not just one Pesa going towards that outer yard. It's the full roster, barring TRK here, up against Infinite. And look what Infinite has, and only an HE and an MP9.
But the HE will work. I mean, a chunk out of a couple players, that can help. But now he has the play coming right to him. Yes, Stamina, though, for support, and there's no smoke to stop the cross. But Infinite not good enough with the MP9. Stamina, in essence, locked out. No real chance to get in with that AWP. 15 seconds, though. Where's the bomb? The bomb's still in the double doors. It's a very risky situation, but IDK will be able to get the plant.
Post plant's pretty awkward here. TRK late on this lurk. Calix, no way you could anticipate that. Now the question is, can Joel's trade things out? No, TRK denies. And how do they get into this one? Both players confirmed over towards ramp. I don't know if they're too interested.
They're going to pack their bags and save. What a play there from TRK. The first kill comes easy, but even when Joel's is ready and waiting, TRK... I'm telling you, the TeamOne squad is a group of incredibly strong individuals, and when they're on a good day, when any of them are on a good day, they can just turn situations around. Even in the man disadvantage, still thriving.
A tricky one as well, but I like the decisiveness out of TeamOne right there. They don't hesitate at all, especially when Stamina starts to pluck them out of the server with the AWP, right? They're still committing. They're still willing to trade on in towards that bomb site. And able to make some moves very quickly. I like that out of T1. I like that pace here because slowing things down that could have allowed for rotations to come on in. You saw how quickly they were able to retake that outer yard and down vents. So if they didn't have that pace, I think they would have very easily lost control of that round.
All right, we're going to see a ramp rush come through, though. Trying to get quick and in the face of the pistols. That was even one of the saved weapons, but no do. They're just going to go and head down in towards that B site. Stamina. Probably to save that AWP and the rest of the pistol to see what damage they can do. It's going to be one taking the lead.
Just holding on to some USPs here. Holding on to some stats. Maybe looking for an exit kill or two. That nuke bomb doesn't do too much, so instead they're going to puppy guard the AWP here. Prioritize that. Pretty easy round, though. Malbs, single entry. Over towards that ramp side. Again, no hesitation. Had the full team commitment. So that one not too bad there. TeamOne taking the lead off the back of that. Just a few interesting notes here. We do have snakes over anchoring on that ramp side of things. We have... I'll explain where I kind of anticipated him in the back of Silo, where Eris would typically lie in. But Stamina still opping on this roster, right? Which is interesting. Given the history here, Snake's no longer. But, I mean, again, I feel like Stamina, he's shown a lot of grace with the op. So I'm expecting some good things out of him.
Yeah, I think Stamina still has it in him. He used to op back in his advanced days. He's talked about it a bit. Now he's picked it up here for Strife, and even back on Limitless while he was IGLing for them through their advanced season. on occasion. So, I mean, Stamina, not unused to this role, but of course you always have to consider, you know, the adaptations that Strife continually have to make. You know, they keep adding and losing players. You know, Rek heading over to Ur. He's going to the RMR. Also trialing in part with ATK in the past month. And they've had to replace him with, you know, a couple of more inexperienced players. And especially trying to replace such a rock on this team that Rek was. He was a huge win condition for this squad.
Yeah, there's no question they're going to be feeling a bit of the loss. I mean, we've seen it already in his results with what he's been able to do. I mean, he kind of turned ATK's ECL season around.
He actually did, yeah.
So, you know what he's capable of, right? When you see a player that impactful here. But quick A side execute lining in here. This time it is going to be Calix that needs to defend.
Yeah, he's blinded up, but good. First kill is good, and Joel's up in heaven for support, but eventually he gets ran. The uppercut comes through from Malms, trying to run through the smoke for support is infinite, but nothing survives there for Strife. It's time to save again.
Again, no hesitation right there, and Hal was able to get so deep into that round without being spotted. He walks his way all the way back towards Silo. There wasn't a lot of support there on that A bomb site. Calix does his best, but again, there's only so much you really can do. Some sharp shooting coming through on the inbound from Malbs. It's just, again, such an asset here for him to do some of that entry work for his team. Nailing those openers, delivering them a decisive round. But I'm left scratching my head there. I mean, Calix left completely on an island, right? Snake's going to find a kill on the way out, but TeamOne have just threatened that upper execute, and I think they're going to have to worry about that for the rest of the half.
I mean, TeamOne have shown to be a multi-threat team. They've hit every part of the map. They've gone for the ramp rush. They've went for the secret play now. And then the top site. You know, they've kind of exposed Strife on every single front. And the question is, how do you adapt to this? How does each one of your players feel right now? Everyone's gotten some activity. You can't say that, oh, I haven't seen a person this game. Really is, are one going to team diff him, or can Strife bounce back on this force?
Luke.
That's the
already denying one avenue. Yeah, excellent pick there, given the resources to get the advantage. And at this point here, something you said, right? They've taken every avenue. Well, now they have so much map control. They've got a player waiting for secret re-aggression in Pesa. They've got a player that just needs to, or can rather, just wait patiently in the outer yard and just hope for someone to overextend and give them a pick, because they've got a full minute and a 4v5. So likelihood of re-aggression that does come through increases tenfold now that you got that man advantage. And Strife know that they need to pull things back into their favor in some fashion.
Yeah, you have two options if you're in the 4v5. Being extremely passive and stacking up a site. We're trying to go for some re-aggression, get that information. And it seems like we've got the passive stack here for Strife, where three players are on towards this A site. Two behind the silo, one heaven. Real possibilities here, but shoulder given over to Joel's. And Maluk will gladly take that. But two players behind the site trying to put up a hold. There it is. Strikes, but it's just Calix. 13 HP, and he's going to be able to deliver. Calix back at the site, a triple kill, saving Strife, and they win on the force.
That's much more like it there. That's what I like to see. Very difficult position. He had a little bit of help come through as well. Up the vents from Snakes right there, but that sort of support, that 1-2 punch that comes on through there from Strife, the push and pull of attention inside the vents and back silo, the fact that Calix was able to stay alive for so long, well, that's already, you know, a little bit of a proof of concept here. Again, Calix, we were wondering whether or not he was able to do as good of work as Eris, and well, that looked like an Eris round if I've ever seen one right there. It's a small sample size, but I liked it.
TRK feeling about us, but still they're gonna leap on through to pop into the A site, but Calix again, now a double kill for him. And he survives on the site. He forces TeamOne away. Smoke's fading though. An Infinite in a bit of an awkward position. towards that CT vent. But there's no molly to force his hand. TeamOne just have to hope and pray. They're going to hit this a second time. No connection from Stamina. But it's Calyx all the way. A 4K for the 16-year-old. And it's 4-all. Strife.
Uh-oh, you just made him confident right there. 4 kills in the round after such a heroic effort. I love the play. He continues to soar for the fences right there. And he's tied things up. He's starting to pull things back into Strife's camp there. Another heroic defense as well. He had coverage of both Hut with that molly and Squeaky. They're going to test him again.
Here we go. They just keep feeding the beast. And next up is Infinite. He'll collect his kills. And that's the round. What a blazing fast last 3 rounds from Strife.
Get that one done over with there very quickly. Again, like you said, feeding the beast here right now. He's 10-6. Healthy chunk of damage in that last round here. Off angle held from Snakes will do the job to close things up. Strife take the lead right on back here. They can start to build some healthy foundations. Money's not stacked up too crazy high. That's still a bit of a problem here, but TeamOne, they need to slow things down. I think that's what perfect timing on this timeout here. Because these last three rounds, like you had said, they've flown by. We're over within an instant. Now they take some time to discuss things, get back to what has been working here. And it's honestly been trying to manufacture those opening picks in any fashion, whatever you can do to find them. And in those opening picks, you can play a slower game. You can take map control, because in a certain sense, Strife are giving you quite a bit of that.
Yeah, by the way, Calyx has been heralded a bit in the NA scene. He's been a very young talent. He's even an FPL player here in North America, despite him being only 16 years old. Definitely has the individual ability to compete at this level. But it's all about finding the team as well. Who knows? We'll see. This is like his little trial period on Strife, so we'll see how he really performs. For now, TeamOne very fast outside, and Joel's caught out in the open. We're seeing a change of pace here.
They're really promising to just call a pretty quicker outer yard execute there, get paces set up. I like that a lot there. That's a perfect adjustment there from TeamOne to try and deal with some of the strong defense that A site has offered. Now they've sort of limited the resources here on that A bomb site by finding that opening pick, by taking care of Joel. So now, in a similar fashion to those early rounds, we once again see Calyx left on an island on this A side. If they wanted to hit that bomb site, they would be in a big advantage.
TeamOne seem to not be phased by who's on this site. It's Calyx yet again. And he has little support. He's going to take the fight to him and grabs Maluk first. This man is such a problem for TeamOne to deal with. How much more can he do? He's keeping all the attention drawn. Almost comes away with another. But now support has arrived. He's done his job here, Cole. It's the rest of Strife, though, who might be having some trouble. TRK cleans up Stamina. It's a 2v3.
So much time being bought there by the young gun here, but they don't have HP to go for this, even less now that Spam goes down range. It might be a flank formulating here from Snakes. They both have kits, right? So that's not a big problem, but that bomb is ticking down slowly but surely, and we'll get our decision soon. Yeah, Snakes going in towards T-spawn rather than lobby is going to give us a example of how this round's going to end out there. And again, a nice attempt there from the new guy, the stand-in, the super stand-in. But this round going in TeamOne's favor. Oop.
Hello. I mean, I think a super stand-in is certainly the corrector. I'm trying to preserve Infinite here. Best of luck. But 5-all back for 1. But even then in that round, he did his job. You can't say that Calyx has not been an impactful player so far for Strife. Obviously, the triple kill and the 4K helping out there, but it's the rest of Strife who need to pick it up.
One frag in like 20 seconds to rotate is perfect for an anchor, right? That's dreamy even, so definitely agree. Had some opportunities. Credit to TeamOne for even denying that chance, right? That really strong site defense, but maybe that 4v5.
Wow.
We're calling it too much there. Again with the nade stack right on top of them. Second round in a row, they've just read that one like a book. And now the star of the show, he's down early.
Yeah, what other player to drop down to 22 than Galax? Really, we have to see anyone on TeamOne get activated. It's not their usual style to be, you know, all middling across the board. I'm used to seeing a standout. Standout lately has certainly been Maluk. His form has certainly turned up compared to the last couple years of play here on TeamOne.
He stepped up big time for sure. Opping. Especially on this map in particular. He's super strong. He's on those CT sides. Super cerebral. Good rotations. He's going to be in your face every step of the way.
Here's
Joel's. Speaking of which, right around that smoke there. Didn't spot Pesa. And now things become very awkward on a game of timing now.
Pesa's made his way in towards garage, able to flick up is the question. No, can't beat stamina, but the problem is one are already down on towards the B side. Only now are the rotations arriving, but mollied out and locked out now. Strife are gonna
Oh, nearly caught him right there on the spam. Joel's trying his luck, but the utility's so strong here. Now it is a question as to what TeamOne can take back here. They're in the man deficit. There's a chance to fight back.
Even the dink landed, but Malbs, the headshot percentage stays high. Snakes goes for the swing, but drops right into two player. The round is falling apart at the seams here for 1v3 for stamina, and he has no kit. This is TeamOne's round all the way. That's what happens when you just hand the site right over to the Brazilians. They are going to hold on tight.
Such a brilliant distraction there. I think that's a lot of conditioning done from TeamOne as well, right? We saw all the upper pops there late into the round. Constantly pressuring Strife, constantly needing those reinforcements. And when they threw that nade stack onto Calyx, maybe that hinting at the start of the round that, hey, this is where we want to finish. We want to take care of this person in particular first. But they set their sights towards ramp very quickly. And after all is said and done, Strife were way too far removed. They had way too many players on that upper bomb site to ever really offer up a defense.
I want to bring up a stat from the last game that these two teams played. TeamOne won a quarter of their rounds via clutches against Strife, which is just a wild statistic, but it really says something to the individual ability of TeamOne. But we've also, you know, we've seen some signs of life here from Strife, and that's what I'm really excited to see. Not in this round. You know, I really shouldn't be talking up teams during their full eco, you know? Because that kind of stuff happens. But really, I mean, they are carried by the individual ability, but maybe today's a different day. You know, I talked about them being kind of middling about the scoreboard. Maybe things change.
Yeah, I mean, again, usually you do see a standout here. I think that as of recent, though, again, with some slight changes in Mal's positions, you know, from the olden days of TeamOne, right? He's not really jumping out as like a too incredible performer. His mechanics definitely still give him stats there. Basic just plucks one out of the server. But he's more of a, again, like I said, anchor player in some of these maps, and it's been an interesting change, but I kind of like it. It's really growing on me, given TeamOne's consistency with that slight change. I feel like it's going to give them more a chance to level things out. Malbs does find the entry on the ramp, and they've lost two players. They've lost so much HP, and they've done so little in return right now.
Yeah, Malbs is such an anchor player, at least on the CT end of things. But on the T side, he just throws himself at the opposition and it says, yeah, I've got the better aim. Try and beat this. And I think this is
such
going
an
to be a
asset
Strife.
to have in your team, I think, right now, right? Having such a strong rifler, such an impactful entry, but then can also offer up those like very cerebral defenses. I mean, again, I think that's going to, you know, increasingly become the meta that we see here as you know, teams throwing better and better utility. Things become harder and harder to defend.
One of the best space makers you could ask for in Malbs. He doesn't necessarily get the credit for the first kill of the round, but he definitely gets the round-winning kill onto the ramp anchor. So 8-5 right now for TeamOne. We saw, again, a couple big rounds out of Strife, but nothing really tangible. It's TeamOne who are winning the more impactful fights in each round, and that's why they're forcing Strife to call these saves so consistently.
Very decisive victories when they do win rounds. So many different paces that they can throw at you, like you had said. Map control, something they can establish at every facet. Right now, they don't struggle with that. They can go quickly, or they can take things slow. So many different options in the playbook. I mean, clearly, so very comfortable historically with that. This time, the nade stack, it actually lands for a kill right there. Third time that they've done monumental damage. This time, it lands the opening pick.
You can't stand in the same spot every round. It's been such a power position for Strife. They're going to get punished, but the ramp aggression, they're going to try and make something happen. They tried for a mid-round lobby crunch, and it's not quite working out. Malbs with the headshot and another. See you later. You just get to see a pixel of Malbs, and you're gone. It's 9-5 for one.
14 HP wide swings right there. There's the Malbs that we know. So sick right there. Again, nade stack execution. There's nothing that Strife could do in time. There's no reactions. They tried their very best, a desperate lobby crunch to recover, but still get overwhelmed and shut down out of the round. And they're still locked in at the very same score that they finished off at in that last series. So this could be a bit of a mental hurdle for them to overcome.
The number 5. Yeah, we'll see. The things could change, and things are looking pretty decent, at least for Strife. A 1-for-1 and IDK on 5.
Too bad here. Really good damage converted. Again, TeamOne, they always have tricks up their sleeves here, so anticipating something special here cooked up. Back of big garage for stamina. It's always a good position to post up in here. Oftentimes we'll go unchecked there. Make sure you don't take off that barrel.
Don't take that off.
Keep that thing screwed on. Malbs is hunting. He's really zoned in on this position.
But they're not going to challenge it. Oh, now Stamina chooses a swing out first. Headshot's good. Is there going to be a trade? No, Stamina actually walks away with 2. Brings it back for Strife. Man advantage. Malbs is looking to work this mini position. I think he heard the player drop down the vents. Yeah, but that scope as well.
Ooh.
IDK saw Snakes a chance, but no good. Now it's Joel's. Out to CT vent, but
no way.
He just
no way, man.
Hit the most nasty timing into the B site.
Oh, that's gonna be scary now. He has an op and a post plant. We know how this can shape up. He's just planted for ramp as well, and none of them are heading in this direction. They're all coming through the doors. He still has a teammate. IDK can activate late. This could be so disastrous for Strife to end the half on.
They don't have a kit, but they do have smokes. It might come down to IDK. He's gonna be needed to stop the defuse, and the smoke, it's gonna go in. Now Maluk blinded up. They're gonna get access to the bomb. Do they have a smoke for the bomb? They do.
Oh,
the defuse is going to start now. Who is going to stop it? It's not going to be Maluk or IDK, and Strife will just barely have enough time. A 9-6 half. Strife in the deficit. We'll see what they can make work just after a break.
Hey Future Pros! I saw Big doing a nifty little boost on Nuke during the European Minor Open qualifiers, so I thought I'd quickly show you all how to recreate it. To do this boost, you'll need 2 Future Pros and 1 AWP. Future Pro number 1, you'll be acting as the stool. It's important work and your contribution is appreciated. Run over and hop onto the far left railing and crouch down. When Future Pro 2 is on your head, stand when they jump and then just chill out. Future Pro number 2, you will get to have all the fun. Follow Future Pro 1 and get onto their head using the close railing. Jump again to allow your stool to stand. Now aim towards this gap and line yourself up so this railing lines up with the edge of the direct close wall. Position your scope so you're aiming just below the painted blue section. Then fire your AWP when the timer is just about to change from 148 to 147. Here you can see the exact moment when CSN made his shot. And that's it. With a bit of luck and a willing teammate, I'm sure you can hit this shot at least 1 in every 100 rounds. Good luck. Hey Future Pros! Locking down mid as a CT can put you in a good spot in a round of Ancient. So let's check out the smoke incendiary combo that the Chad Sponge Birchall likes to throw. Get into the middle of the doorway just before the stairs. Aim to the vines at the extended leafy bit and throw your smoke. Then quickly position your crosshair at the tip of this leaf and walk forward and throw the incendiary instantly. These nades will surely make the T's mad and make them hopefully respect the util. If you want to change it up, you can also throw your incendiary at the same smoke lineup for a deep coverage of the elbow area. Good luck holding mid and make sure to throw your nades fast. Hey Future Pros! Having a good A exec on Dust 2 can make your life so much easier. So today I'll show you the Na'Vi A exec, which they pulled off perfectly on a force buy. To do this exec, you'll need
And we're back in pistol round 9-6 for TeamOne. And so we're gonna see if Strife can get things rolling. We saw some greatness out of Calix. In fact, I think he's the best performer so far for Strife. But there's gonna need to be a lot more behind the Strife team to take down a team like TeamOne. My name's Fine Joy McCole. Thanks for McHenry. I have to include the last two parts of that. It's like formality at this point.
Have to, yeah. It is. It's a tradition. Right?
Saw it on his license.
It was there. Look at this. Ready to collapse in towards A. They've got a lot of attention towards ramp, but that first kill comes through from Pesa with Fury.
Oh my goodness. How is Pesa even alive? He walks away with the double kill there, but is traded out. It comes down to Maluk on the site, but ran down by Joel's. Now IDK playing some door games.
Oh!
But Stamina, he's going to drop down the vents. This gets weird because now a TeamOne can start to isolate the duels while Stamina is going for the plant. Calix is alone on the site. It's a 1v1 between Stamina and IDK basically for the round here. Stamina trying to stall out to get his teammate in position, but he's needing to stall when he can fight. TRK 1v2. Now he has Stamina's position locked in, but now Calix arrives to the scene. TRK will drop down onto the site. And without a kit, it's tough, but he almost makes it do. First headshot into Calix with 15 HP. The dance around the site, but did Stamina run out of ammo? Why was his knife out?
He had a P250. There's no way he ran out of ammo. Is there enough time, though? Did he really lose it like that? No way.
Counter-terrorists win.
I have to see if he had ammo. I'm so confused. Could have got the reload off there. Anything might have been better than that right there. What on earth?
I mean, you got to give credit to the clutch for sure, but something. Wow. I mean, the P250 only has, 30, close to 40 bullets in it. If you're spamming smokes with it, then maybe there's a problem.
They did shoot a lot of bullets at the start of the round. I wonder.
Yeah.
I would be shocked to see that.
Maybe also the door games as well could have come into play.
Oh,
right?
You're right. You're right. Maybe he did run out of ammo. That's incredibly unfortunate. Wow. That's a tough round there to swallow if you're Strife, but maybe they can bounce back here mentally with a really good purchase of their own. Off the back of that bomb plant, they still have AKs. They still have a lot of utility, so it's not out of the picture just yet by any means. Sounds like these are incredibly tricky for CT sides to get past, so there's still a little bit of hope here for Strife.
Gonna see the wall smokes put into play. But some smoke spam could be quite good if they try to sneak across, and here we go.
Oh.
First kill is in, and just as they fade, Pace is gonna spot the lot of them down in towards this secret position. Maluk playing a dangerous game, but they're not gonna chase. They do find Pace though.
He just gave over a rifle as well, so some problems start to arise here for Team One. They found a pick back, and now they can start to make their moves in towards this A-bomb site, especially with a kill from Joel's.
Hold on, but nades out for so many, but no kills. These MP9s, they can only do so much damage, but it's still gonna swing in. TRK making it work. Now Maluk comes up the vents. Low HP for both of these players. A single burst of the MP9 could do it. Up close around the site. Here's the first and the second there from Maluk. The clutch is in, and Team One just dodged death.
Oh, you got a full blind, man. Full blind. He might have had a little bit of vision there before it popped. But again, another heartbreaking round right there for Maluk. Unbelievable that he rips that right from them. Goes and grabs himself an AK as well. Icing on the cake. I'm sure Strife going to continue to force buy off the back of that. There's no question.
Counter-terrorists win.
Oh, man. I mean, a huge opportunity for Strife to get themselves back in the game, to win a force buy. And then it's ripped away like that. Also, Maluk just gets to casually purchase up an AWP.
Why not? Again, I mentioned this. His CT sides with the op are incredible, so if you get a couple kills in that last round, you have enough to afford it. I would actually like to see them prioritize that op on the CT side. He can do a lot of work here. Fully anticipate it. Pesa did a lot of work in opening that last round, but he needs to start finding some consistency here. He gets headshot with the first bullet, still doesn't land a single kill.
Uh-oh, Malbs are now in trouble too. He's let a player get past his angle. A lot of space gained here for Strife just early on the round. Stamina, I love this move. Is it even gonna be expected? He gets in that help. He can start splitting the ramp room, and Maluk caught sleeping at the wheel. A ding and a body shot from the Tech 9 will do it.
I said prioritize his op right there, but now he's just donated it over to the T side. That is a bit of a liability here. I think this round already curtains here by the positions. They're in the lower bomb site with full control. Meanwhile, Team One are huddling towards CT spawn and T spawn actually, so there we have our answer. I don't know how much they'll even attempt this one, if at all. Start to realize the bomb is down. So will the round.
Guns, Joel's can take away. Malbs able to walk away with that kill. Probably escape into spawn with the rest of his teammates. It's going to be Strife. They forced back into that round. They got the players down to a 1v1 in the previous. A lot of money you can take away. At the same time, they don't have a lot of money to spend, so both teams are going to probably call a ceasefire on this one. We'll see the save out of 1 and Strife up to 7.
It's a huge round right there. Again, you get the bomb plant consistently here, you'll always be able to buy up, especially if you know that your opponents are on the ropes, right? That was 4 kills in that last round, so the fact that they just continue to reinvest there, it's showing a bit of signs of confidence that I like to see out of these guys. Wanted to see them come in, you know, playing like they have a little less pressure on their shoulders here than maybe that last matchup in the RMR where, you know, a lot was on the line, right? Chance to make it to some big competition there, chance to qualify for that major, and that I think certainly haunted Strife a little bit this time, playing with the sub, right? Sub is playing very well on that CT side, so less pressure, take some risks, and that's exactly what Stamina's been doing in a couple of these rounds. It's certainly been how he's called this T side so far.
You want to hear some other interesting news that's just gone down on the other stream?
I would love to.
I'll hit you with it. Jaquinho is playing for Vendetta at the moment.
I did see the tweets there. I was wondering if he was in NA, but he's got 120 ping, I've heard.
Yeah, so it's looking tough for him. On the other side, Maluk has not had a great time these last 2 rounds. He's been instantly headshotted as the first kill.
Not the way you wanted to kick things off here. Another 4-on-5 here, of course. And like we said in that first half, it's going to trigger some sort of reaction, right? You're going to go for some space back. You've just been spotted here on the secret aggression. They're committing out in the wide open. Pesa swings for the fences, lands the kill. Not all that bad. Pretty impressive stuff, but in the meantime, he does get taken down. He burns to the molly, so it's still that man advantage, and there's still the same problem that Strife have.
Yeah, creeping into the ramp right now. Question is, do you head towards the A site or down the ramp itself? It seems like they're just going to slow walk down the ramp, where there's 2 players here for TeamOne tucked away in very annoying positions to clear. Calyx is going to walk on through, and he'll be TRK's first victim, but then swings into the op. Mob struggling, but gets the kill either way. But
Ooh.
Stamina! That's an incredible op headshot, stabilizing this round, but okay, I'm going to make a move. Swings the door, hopes to stop the plant, but now just reveals his position. This clutch just became a whole lot harder.
I think the only way to win that one is maybe to push on through now. Now he's just revealed his position. Oh, that smoke goes deeper than he expected. And Joel's on the top rope there is going to finish him off. But my God, was that scary. Does get the op as well, just barely. Quick movement, quick reaction from Joel's. Again, the stud that we highlighted coming into this game here on Strife. But really important round to close out right there. And he played it to perfection. He made sure to trade his teammate.
Yeah, but that also puts Strife, their money is really on the back foot. Any little bit of damage TeamOne can get out of this eco will be worth a lot. But, of course, TeamOne, they're down to their bottom dollar the same. So it'll certainly be an awkward one to try to make do. That's some good spray out of Infinite. Just keeping things under wrap here is everything Strife need. They're going to double back into ramp. The one useful weapon, it's the 5-7. It's completely blinded up, though, and will not have a chance to fight. Just... It's so mobs, dude. The first bullet out to go. Oh, no. You just armed him. You just armed him with an AK. Nothing more than this, though.
Crosshair placement just too clean sometimes. When he turns those corners, he's already ready for exactly where they're going to be. It's an absolute gift, but TeamOne gives him a couple of rounds here. Strife building up some foundations on their T side, looking very good. Infinite in his outer yard position, playing like an absolute monster. That is a huge factor here when it comes to the head-to-head. He's been taking on Pesa a couple of these rounds. He's even taken on Maluk in a couple of these rounds, and Infinite's been winning it out, or at least doing damage. They've been finding a lot of success in this outer yard role, so we already seen a timeout here. They're going to send Pesa aggressive once again. Can he get another opening? He will. Has his number. Infinite working these angles here to perfection.
And no connections. We're seeing TeamOne go cold. A huge impact player in Pesa is on the struggle bus. But TeamOne have the right idea. They have stacked this secret position with 3 players. IDK to swing, but covered by Stamina. Malb's the only player to deliver a kill.
They could go back up the fence here. Joel's has just walked out of the vents. Yeah, that's exactly what they're going to do. Joel's was like, guys, they just snuck out of the vents a little too easy. And perfect readjustment there from Strife. They nailed the call on the mid round here. It's going to alleviate a lot of their stress and walking into that stacked blower bomb site. Well, now TeamOne need to figure out what they want to do here. No sight. I'm nearly certain this is going to be a save here for the remaining members.
And this is getting pretty problematic now for one. They had an opportunity down in the secret position. IDK could have gone for so many, but it's Stamina who saves the round. Understanding the roles, some good spacing from Strife. Like, you got to give credit where credit's due. As well, for such a new squad, being able to structure that well, beat in the setup, and start this comeback. They were down 9-6 at the half. They lost the pistol. And then the follow-up, but have gotten a lot since.
Yeah, I'm gonna give a lot of credit here to Infinite right now in the opening picks that he's found in the outer yard. Again, constantly doing damage there. Once you find one opening pick towards that outer yard, it opens up the fear towards the entirety of that lower bomb site. We saw the stack immediately called from TeamOne. It wasn't a bad idea, but they landed the trades. And then when that comes into the fruition there, the well-oiled machine, I got to give credit to Stamina holding good angles and covering his teammates back there and a lot of those different trades. So it's looking really good for Strife here. And I'm wondering when the struggle is going to end for TeamOne, if it's going to end on this map.
Infinite again, just terrorizing outside. Him versus Pesadelo. Good lock once again, but look where Mob has gotten himself into. Pushed inside the squeaky position. He gets to hear everything that's going on for this T-side defense. They even throw a deep nade to try and sell the fact that he's not even there.
This is a very much so one and done position there. Joel's jiggles it. So immediately Mobs all the information that he's gathered here. It's pretty valuable. It will delay, but it's only going to offer you so much here. In the meantime, Infinite finally taking some losses here to Pace as he dinks him down and scares him off this outer yard. 50 seconds left. They're just now starting to reclaim this outer yard here. They got to be careful. Infinite's now given the op.
Pace is going to have some trouble coming his way.
Goodness.
He chickle peeks into 3 players. Lucky to hold on to his life with the op holding the angle.
Ooh.
But it's all the information for Team 1. Does this one-way work?
They're going to boost above it here, potentially.
Oh, spotted out Pesadelo. That's a great shot. Stamina shut down 20 seconds. I'm not even sure you go for this if you're Strife. You have such little time, so little room for error. They're not even going to chance it, Cole.
Really calling it out a save here. Not a lot of initiative out of Strife in this one. Even if that boost would have worked out for a kill, I'm left scratching my head as to where they would have gone thereafter. Because the time would have still been a factor here, and they would have had to telegraph their play very much so. Maybe it's, a credit to all the jiggling that's been done. Map control early established from Malbs. He didn't feel a lot of the pressure there until Jules peeked out towards Squeaky. He kind of felt the rotation off. And then Pesa jiggling out towards that outer yard. I think that's when Strife pretty much lost that round and didn't want to take any space because they knew 3 players fired off at Pesa. That's pretty much the game when or the round rather, when it's 30 seconds left.
Just some patient play out of Team 1. They let the game come to them. They adjust. How Strife respond. Arm spotted, but no connection from Maluk. It's quite the utility battle early on as one have completely emptied their belts to begin this, but no real gain.
Yeah, at this point, I'm expecting some sort of aggression on the map, right? You've used all of your utility outside of 3 flashes and a smoke. You have nothing left here. What are you supposed to do from this point on?
Strife have used a single grenade this round.
Oh, they have so much. This is lining up to be really good here for Strife unless Team 1 have a trick up their sleeve here. I mean, ramp up, it can in a certain sense be a trick up your sleeve, right? Deep angle, very hard to bypass, but it seems like right now there's no commitments being made. No need to commit. Plenty of time here. Last smoke just deployed towards Squeaky. That's going to fade with 30 seconds left. Plenty of time to pull and execute off.
And even in the meantime, Infinite looking to pull some tricks through the mini smoke. It's a split onto the site. Mobs forced into the open. It couldn't be cleaner. Pesadelo, the only one who could help out. Whoa, what is going on? TRK sends himself up the vent. So much damage dealt. It's all of a sudden a 2v2.
That bomb still dropped here. They haven't recovered. Finally, they get it, but
Maluk.
there's still a player watching the hut.
Stamina saves them. Maluk sniped down. Now a big flank out of Pesa. Surely they're not prepared for this. This flank is so darn fast. But he's going through the squeaky door. They might just be ready for this. They might just walk right into Stamina's off, but a missed shot. Such low HP on Calyx. Pesa to try and make it work. Has the kit. Wrapping the sight as Calyx. The elevated angle. Pesa is going to come up with a 4K. A mad round. It was looking so good for Strife, but one somehow walk away with it.
So much damage done right there in that mini position from Pesa. He does an immaculate job of defending right there when so much was stacked against him. We talked about the utility early on. There was nothing left for Team 1 to defend against. They were tossing excellent mollies towards the site. There was not a lot that TeamOne could do. They fell initially, but then that pullback and then the 1v2 clutch from Pesa. That is absolutely monumental. That'll keep them at least alive, stepping forward a little while longer here, because outside of that, they would have lost that round here. That money would have been very much so pressured. So run boost goes in for stamina. I like that a lot, but so far, don't spot too much off the back of it. And Malb's looking to get aggressive towards ramp as well.
Oh my gosh, he's going in. Full committing, but also getting punished. Really getting punished now. One by one, they fall to TeamOne. I guess that's why they're called. That's why they call themselves that. Maybe, but a 2v4 as it stands, and I think it's time to save already.
Pretty calling that one off for sure. Yeah. Go ahead and concede stamina, looking to pluck them out of the server as they run away, but also making sure he doesn't fall with his op. TeamOne giving it right back there. That's great preparation. Strife ready for the aggression that gets tossed down range towards lobby. Deal with Malbs pretty quickly. That's the young gun there of Calyx. Says I got a little firepower too there, Malbs. Thank you very much. But it's gonna be 11 rounds here, and that buy, if they do go for it in the next, I don't know if they will. I mean, maybe Maluk is on double save here, and that will encourage them, but it's not gonna be pretty for TeamOne.
So the bomb goes off
on the loss bonus, I
yeah,
believe. So I think Maluk should be fine if he only keeps a USP.
You might be enticed to purchase in
got
though, because Pesa has got the bankroll for it. We're getting a full buy out of TeamOne.
It's a huge risk here. They lose this one, it's going to be a tied scoreline. Strife would look very close to closing, and with the record here on this half, I would imagine they would. So a lot on the line here in this round. They're risking it all almost.
Oh, diving in through the smoke. TRK. First kill is his. Goes for the op though, and can't convert the kill. I mean, Pesa is here to follow up, sure, but perhaps too late to the party.
Should have heard that smoke just bloom as well, so now they know. Guys, there's still a little bit more presence here towards the outer yard. Now, good news is they have Maluk deep in towards the ramp side of things, so he's got a lot of information towards lobby. That's good stuff from TeamOne here, but they still need to figure out a way to support pace in this outer yard.
It's an extremely weird position here from Pesa. Has to keep on his eyes on so many angles, but also just not making a footstep. Strife have to guess. They might have to make the more noise, and they're low on HP. If Pesadelo doubles up, this could mean the world. He starts to swing in. He takes his time. First kill is his. Turns back around and is ready for Calyx. He gets the double kill. That's all you could have wanted out of Pesa.
Finally, Snakes left on 17 HP, lands the trade, but again, Maluk here in this prime position. He has deep sight lines here, and they're both heading his way.
Oh my goodness. With 20 seconds remaining, they're just going to walk into his angle, and he'll hit the shot. Headshot delivered. Snakes on 17. This round is looking quite doomed. Even revealing his position. I'm not sure you want to try this. He's going to run through the squeaky door and is not going to clear his corner. It's going to be 14 for 1.
What a round right there. What an excellent recovery here. Pesa again delivering massively when it's called upon. When he needs to step up. Lands the 2K. Actually takes down one of the higher HP bars as well, which is such a critical kill. Then Maluk sets himself up, gets himself firmly positioned. He didn't fall asleep this time, right? We saw that over towards Secret. Wasn't looking as sharp, but that's always a bit of a wake-up call. When you get bested by a Tech 9 with an op holding an angle, usually that's going to be your sign to maybe kick it into gear.
Oh, Maluk opens up with the first. That was just the outside lurk, but it comes down to the ramp play. Oh. So much damage and the kills, and then the follow-up from Maluk. The round's done. Map point, TeamOne.
That looks like a flamey ramp round right there. Trying to avoid utility, trying to duck out the smokes. Nails the spam, just so consistent on the spray right there. And I feel like that's kind of a backbreaking round for Strife. Look at the money here. Not a lot to work with at all. They've got Glocks, armor. I imagine they're going to buy up some pistols here. They're going to call a timeout first to discuss things so critical that they do this here. They got to figure out what utility they need. They got to min-max this round because it's going to matter a lot in the firepower department, what they're able to bring to the table.
Yeah, it was looking like a comeback potential out of Strife. They're starting to claw themselves back into the game, but then the big rounds start rolling out from TeamOne. It's the rounds that we expect from these explosive individuals. It felt like only a matter of time when it comes to this team.
Everyone buying utility one by one. You can kind of feel the calling that's going through from Stamina saying, I need to smoke here, I need to smoke there. Deciding what exactly they want to do with this utility to keep them in this game. What do they have in store? Do they have something? Some sort of execute, maybe an upper pop here up their sleeve to get the job done here and now to save them a chance here. Granted, it is TeamOne's map pick, so they're not too worried, but still be nice to extend the game for them.
Yeah, Tech9's in utility. It has just a single brew. It's an A-site play. Mini smoke in. What's the move here? They're gonna go down the vents right into IDK, chasing them down here. Queso wants to join the tease. It's a 2v3, still alive and kicking our Strife, but Snake's on 33 HP, has to cross into the site with TRK watching. The plant's unlikely, so he's gonna back away. We still have a round here, Cole.
That upper bomb site's very vulnerable now that the commitment comes through from TRK here. It's all a game of time, and can they beat Malbs to the punch? They could decide to jump on in, up the vents once again. Malbs is already now positioned there, so they've delayed a little too long. Instead, they're going to wait for Stamina to make his move here. The next prong of approach.
I mean, Stamina actually has a great position. He's going to take down Maluk and pick up that AWP. All of a sudden, TRK is in an extremely awkward position. His position now revealed. They can try to work together on this. Stamina gets another opportunity. Oh. He's gonna find the shot onto TRK. It puts Malbs in the clutch and Strife. A desperate round, but there's possibility. Malbs making his way down these control steps. Two players swing him at the same time. Strife, a miracle of a round.
Saved at the brink of destruction right there from Stamina's flank, and the patience from Snakes as well. But giving him the op was a big mistake right there from Luke. Didn't anticipate that he could be walking all the way towards that outer yard. Strife have just given themselves a lifeline here. 3 rounds in a row. Realistically, they break their economy in half with this round right here converted. They get that freebie 14th, and then, you know, that's not all that out of the picture here. This is very, very possible for Strife to keep their heads in the game. They called another timeout to get things downrange.
It took a messy Tech9 rush to even get to this point. But if they win this round, they could force all rounds of regulation. It's going to be a full eco coming up next if TeamOne falter here. From down 9-6 and losing the pistol, Strife continue to find ways. Resiliency in such a new team.
It's really promising here. Just resiliency and the fact that they had a pretty rough CT half here, and they're even still in this game. Calyx takes so much damage though on this cross here. The smoke's just now landing on top of the mollies. Face it, not spamming, but he finishes the job that he started with that utility early on here. He denies that initial cross there from the stand-in. The rest of the roster soon behind him, but they've got rotations already in this lower bomb site. In fact, 2 of them.
But that's a great start. Hold on. Stamina creeps back up from Secret and pops Pesa. Now a bit of an oddity here.
Ooh.
1 player at single, 1 player at the double, but the boost up. Stamina's gonna nail it. Breaking open this B site. Now IDK is in position at the single door and might be able to pop out, but Joel's in the meantime has just dragged down Malbs. The door gets swung open though. IDK, 2 players looking the wrong way. It's back to the 2v2. We still have a round.
They didn't anticipate the stack there. There was 1 more player all the while. Never thought that could be the case here. And now Maluk already posted up bomb down in a neutral location, and IDK is ready for Joel's.
All right, but the flash is just too late. Joel swings early, And Stamina now has to clutch. IDK, a superstar round. Can Stamina stop it? Revealing his position. Now he's been spotted. He's going to clear his flank. IDK, knife out, but it doesn't matter. The no-scope misses, and that's the map. It's TeamOne who stopped the comeback.
That is absolutely surreal right there. I cannot believe it, man. They close things out in that sort of fashion, as close as could be. But like you said, a superstar performance right there to close from IDK, man. Nothing more you could ask from him. From finding that the two players on the bomb site while he's planting, even taking down the planter first, making sure that he doesn't get that